Good morning, everyone. You're all very welcome to the education webinar this morning. This webinar is solely concentrated on the basics of the system. So giving you the tools that you need today to start using, taking appointments, and being really familiar with all of the basics going forward from today. So our objectives, we're going to go through the layout of the Phorest system, adding clients, booking services, adding appointments, going through retail, going through gift cards as well. And then at the end of the session, I will show you how to end your day and cash up. So just to give you a bit of a background, who are Phorest? Well, we are a booking system, but it's not our mission. Our mission is to help salons get their clients in more often, spending more, which will then generate money for the salon. So the software company was built by our CEO, Ronan. Just to give you a bit of background on Ronan, he actually used to work in a salon reception himself, and he saw the day-to-day struggles that we have with getting our clients in, reminding them of their appointments, and just basically the daily tasks and challenges that we face. So today we are going to go through all of the basics, just to let you know that a lot of our training team actually have salon background as well. So we know it's like, we understand the daily struggles. But I just want to rest assure you that you will be flying with this system in no time. It is super user friendly. So we will get started. Just going to bring you onto my demo system. And we're going to go through the landscape of the screen. All right. So really want to get you familiar with every section of this appointment screen, making sure that you understand and that you're never afraid to click on the button. So in the purple box, you will have the name of your salon along with today's time and date. When you're logged into the system, it will not say no user here. Your name will appear. Underneath that, we have our 5 main buttons of the software. Now, where you currently are on your screen will be highlighted. So we can see the appointment button is highlighted because we're currently on our appointment screen. On your appointment screen, you will see the staff members that are rostered to work on that day. White space is availability for appointments. And grey space is non-working time. So if you were to see grey space on the appointment screen, you shouldn't book an appointment there because a staff member is not available. Moving on then to the client section, we will come back to the appointment screen a little later on. We have your full entire client database from here. So this is like your phone book for your clients within the software. You can search for a client up the top of the screen using their mobile last or first name. Down the bottom of the screen, we have a trail button. When you are logged into the system using your 4-digit PIN number, everything you do on the system is logged, and you can see that log by clicking on the trail button. So I can see the date any changes were made, the staff member that performed those changes, and a description of what was actually changed or edited. We then have our add button, so I'm able to add a brand new client to my system. You can also do this by adding them on the appointment screen. You can edit a current client card, and then archive will allow you to remove a client from your list. So let's just say if I had a client maybe in the system twice, I can click on their name once, click on archive, click yes. That removes them from my list and they end up in my archive folder. We then have a bulk archive button to tidy up your database. So you are able to archive clients who've had no visit in the past 2 years, 1 year, or 6 months. And you can remove any clients that you don't have an email or a mobile phone number for, because maybe they are just taking up space in your system. We're now going to go through the client card. So to click into a client's information, you can double click on their name and it will bring you in to their client card. And this is where we store all of the information we need about this particular client. So we have the first name of the client. We then have their reminder and marketing consent. And then we have all of their basic contact information. Email SMS history shows you the text and emails that were sent from your system. And we have the delivery status. Consultation forms that are filled out on tablet or iPad can be viewed in here. And patch tests are recorded in this section. To add a patch test, click on Add. Write in the description of the patch test. So write what the patch test was, where you performed it, and the staff member that carried that out. And that is logged for you there with the date. Credit terms is how much money is on a client's account, while treat card will show you their treat card number, how many points they have, and how they actually got those points. Vouchers will show you vouchers that were purchased under that client's name. So Abby Thompson purchased this voucher number, and we can see the original and remaining balance. Spend is the total amount of money they've spent with you. Service history is in grey and white. So grey appointments represent no-shows or cancellations, while white appointments represent past appointments that client has had. Product history will show you the date they purchased the product, the description of that product, and who sold it to them. Courses will then show you how many is on the course and how many they have remaining. While notes is what you will write in about this client. And in here, I would write light-hearted information. We see so many clients a day, it's really hard to remember who's going on holiday, what way they like their tea, their coffee, if they have a preferred nail color or a preferred tint, you can write it in here. Moving on to the marketing screen. So we are known for our marketing features. We have amazing features in here to help you grow your business, and they're really user-friendly. If marketing will be your role in the salon, I strongly advise you to come on this training session. The purchase screen, we will cover a lot today. I will show you how to put through walk-in sales, how to sell services, products and vouchers, and how to set up courses and sell them. The manager screen then is the backbone of the software. Later on, I'll show you how to cash up in this section at the end of the training. To clock in and clock out of the system, you can click on this feature, enter in your 4-digit PIN number at the start and end of your shift, and it will clock you in and out. The contact support feature is here to help you, and I really want you to engage in this feature as much as you can. It's called the help desk. This is like your salon guide of Phorest. So it's broken up into popular categories, frequently asked questions, and then different areas of the screen. If there's something specific that you want to know about, you can type it in. So how do I cash up each night? That's my question. You have videos in here that you can watch. And we also have screen by screen, step-by-step guides on how to do this. You can also open this up in new windows if you wanted to, and you're able to print out the sheets from here as well. If you have a technical issue, you can contact a member of our support team. You need to write a brief description of your issue, log a call, and somebody will be in touch with you shortly. The power off button will shut down your Phorest system, and we recommend you do this at the end of every single night. Phorest is cloud-based, which means that it does run updates when it's switched off. The lock symbol will log you in and out of the software using your 4-digit PIN number. It's very important that when you're finished with the system, you log yourself out. That way, when we run the trail, it will be accurate as to who actually edited those appointments or edited whatever screen that's on. There is an auto logout of the system as well, so don't worry, you won't be logged in for hours on end. If there's inactivity after the period of time your manager or owner has chosen, you will automatically be logged out. The arrow down then is your screen minimizer. This tool will minimize your Phorest screen so you can use the rest of your computer. Moving on then to the right-hand side of the screen, we have our magnifying glasses. So you can zoom right in to view your appointments every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. You can zoom out to like 30 minutes as well, or 1 hour. So whatever it suits you, depending on whatever time the client is looking for. So if a client was looking for a 1/4 or a 1/4 to, I know I need to go into my 15-minute slots by clicking on the plus symbol. The clipboard here, this is your copy and paste function within Phorest. This tool allows you to move appointments and copy appointments to future dates. We then have our print symbol, which allows you to come in at the start of the day and print off your selected column of appointments. You can print off all columns, or you can print the current screen. We do recommend you to download the Phorest Go app because that will give you a live view of what's happening on your appointment screen right now. And we all know how changeable our day can be, so very handy tool to have downloaded on your phone. The waiting list then, this is your built-in cancellation list within the system. There is no point in you having lots of post-its at your desk for cancellations, and this tool will allow you to book them in. So if I had a really busy day, I'm still trying to find space for clients to book in, I can click in here and it brings above my waiting list. You can book an appointment in here, and if you are to get a cancellation, the system will recognize that you have somebody waiting for that appointment. Sorry now, just bear with me there for one moment. So here I get my prompt. I have somebody in the waiting list. Would I like to move them over? When I click save, it will automatically move that client from the waiting list into my diary. Now, the system will not contact that client directly. It is up to me to call Sarah and make sure she's still available for that appointment. Our group symbol then, this is our qualification checker. So this is where you can see who is qualified to perform a specific service. Sorry, just bear with me there for one moment. Okay. So you can type in the name of the service that the client is looking for. If you're new to the salon, it's quite unlikely that you will know what every single therapist or what every single stylist is qualified to do. So when you're on the phone to the client, you can ask them first, what service are you looking to have done? We can then type in the name of the service from here, click on it, and it will give you a list of staff that are qualified to perform the service on this day or qualified to perform it on different days, so you're absolutely sure you're booking it in with the right person. When you click on the staff member's name, it will give you a week overview of their roster. So we can see different days that they're working, and it's a lot easier to then book in that appointment. To get out of this screen, you need to click on day and it will bring you back to your day view. On the end of each of your appointments, there are these symbols. Clicking on the icon here will remove them. Now, it is a good idea to keep them on because they tell you something about that client or about that appointment. If we come up to the top of the screen and click on the white box, it gives you a description of these icons. Key ones to watch out for will be a blue globe representing an online booking, an or representing a staff member requested, and a yellow star representing a new client. You can go forward a day, a week, and 6 weeks in your diary, and you can go forward as many times as you wish. The date button will bring above your calendar. So this is an easy way of finding a specific date that a client wants. The arrow on its own will bring you forward a month, while the 2 arrows together bring you forward a year. You can jump from 4 to 10-week intervals, and clicking on to today will bring you back to your current day. The week button here will give me an overview of a staff member's working week. So to do this, you will click on the staff member's name, click on the week button, and now I have an overview of Danielle's roster. So we can see Danielle must have some time off. She's not working. Remember, grey space is out of salon. They're not available, while white space is availability for appointments. To get out of this screen, we must click on the day button and it will bring us back. So week gives you a week view and day brings you back to your day view. To get you back to your current day, always click on today and it's always highlighted in orange for you. So today to Wednesday, this is the next 7 days. This is my current week. We can then go back a day, go back a week in our diary, and we can go back as many days and weeks as we wish. You can also view your screen by your staff members, rooms, or machines that you have in your system. So I now want to take you through the appointment screen. When you are on your current day, you will see a red bar going through the screen, and that will only ever appear on your current day. The red bar is your current time. So we can see here it's 17 minutes past 11. That's about where my red bar is. The green bar at the top of the screen indicates the opening time of the business, while the purple bar down the bottom of the screen indicates the closing time of the business. Phorest is a very colourful system, and it's designed this way purposely. We want you to know exactly what appointments you have in just by looking at your screen. So all of your facials will be a different colour, your waxing appointments will be a different colour, your hair colours will be a different colour, and so on. However, there are a few subject colours in the system which do not change, whereas your manager or owner can change the colour of your services at any time. So the first colour I want to point out to you is grey. Grey means the client has not shown up for an appointment, so grey is a no-show. Red represents the client is late for this appointment. So we can see here it was meant to start at 10:30. It is now 20 past 11. She's late. Green represents the client is paid, while yellow represents the client is checked in. And by checked in, we mean that they are in the salon. There are a few more subject colours, which I will go through with you as we come to them. So now let's book an appointment. So I'm going to show you now how to book a single service appointment. So I have a client on the phone. They want to book an appointment for 2 p.m. with Brian. So I'm going to go to Brian's column. I'm going to double click on 2 p.m. and it will bring above my appointment box. Note in your appointment box, we have step 1, step 2, and step 3. So step 1 is getting that client information. I always recommend when you are on the phone to a client, ask them, have you been to our salon before? If they say yes, you should look them up by their mobile phone number, because you may have 2 or 3 clients with the same name in your database, and it's going to be hard to know which one is the right one. So everyone's mobile number is individual to them, so it just cuts out that confusion. Because I am a demo database today, all of my mobiles do not make sense, so I will be looking up clients with their first name. So I have Paula. So I have Paula Byrne. And here I have an appointment warning. So the system does this on purpose. We're always trying to protect your revenue. So if a client has had a certain amount of no-shows or cancellations, when creating their appointment, the system will let me know. And this is for me to decide, do I need to take a deposit from this client? Do I really want to give them my peak time? So we can click OK. Step 2 is already chosen because I went directly to Brian's column to book in this appointment. So the system recognizes this is going in with Brian. We then have step 3, which is our services. When I click on the service button, it brings below my service categories. When I click into a category, I can see all the services under that particular category. So we're going to choose a full head of highlights. It's letting me know the service requires a valid patch test. That's okay. And then it's asking me to choose a finish. Now at this point, it shows me my staff members that are working today. So do I want to book in that finish with a different staff member? If I don't, I can simply click on service, find the category of the finish, and book it in. When I click done, that appointment has been made. So I can see I have my colour appointment, I have my gap time to allow her to process, and then I have her blow dry to finish. And that appointment is made. I can also book appointments in this gap time. Simply double click and a new appointment box will appear. So same thing, we can get the client's details. This client is on a course, so I will come back to courses later on. If the client did want to go for a course, we'll see that the price will already be set to 0, and then we can click on done. And that appointment is made in that gap time. So really utilising the staff members column at all times. Next, I want to show you how to book in a multiple service treatment. So a client would like a specific date. So we're going to go to our calendar and they would like the 4th of March. So we're going to go to the 4th of March. Double click on the time that they want. Get their name. So let's just say it's Jess. Choose their service again. So in this case, they'd like to have a massage. So instead of clicking on the service button, you can actually use your search bar to search for services quickly. And you don't need to type in the full word. The first few letters are fine. So we're going to book her in for a full body massage. We're then going to book her in for a pedi. So I just need to remove that. And I'm also going to book her in for a manicure. So I got a prompt to say that the staff member is on a break at this time. If I didn't want to continue, I can click on no. But what I'm going to do is move that break down. So I'm just going to move her break down to 2 p.m. Okay, so you're able to drop and drag. We can also drop and drag appointments. So we can move them over to different staff members. We can change the duration of them by dragging them down. And you can also change the starting time and the duration by dragging it up. Okay. So you have those options there. Now, a lot of the time, your clients will request to go to a certain or specific staff member. And if this is the case, we need to know about it. So to tell the system that a staff member has been requested for a service, we can double click in and we can fill in the boxes for each appointment. When I do this, I can see an or symbol appear on each booking. If I try to move this over to a different staff member, it will let me know the staff member was requested for this service. Do you want to continue? Well, no, I don't. So I want to go back onto my current day. So I'm going to click onto today and it brings me back. Next appointment edit I want to show you is how to repeat an appointment. So we're going to book in another client at 4 p.m. and she's new, so I'm going to get her details. So let's just say I've got Orla. Sorry now. So you can change whether they're male or female by clicking on the figure here. And when we click on Add Client, we get a GDPR prompt. So it's really important that we ask all of our clients permission on how we market to them. So they can opt in for text and email, text only, or email only. If it's over the phone, you may feel like it's not the right time to ask a client this, so you can click on Not Now. But bear in mind that this will keep appearing until we opt them in or opt them out. So we're then going to choose her service. So we're going to book her in for a pedicure, and she'd like to have a luxury pedicure. Click Done, and that's saved. So I know that Orla is a new client just by looking at my screen, because her first appointment will be in aqua blue and it will have a yellow star. And there are two symbols for you that that's a new client. To repeat an appointment, we're going to double click in, and you'll notice here at the bottom of your screen, we have a More option. When we click on More, we can add a prompt to the service. You can repeat an appointment. You can print it out. You can trail to see who booked it in, and you can add another person. So in this case, we want to repeat it. We're then going to tell the system, do we want this repeated weekly or monthly? So the client would like this done every 2 weeks, so we're going to change this to 2. Thursday is marked out, so it's going to be repeated every 2 weeks on a Thursday, and we'd like this repeated until the end of April. So click Done. If there's any issues with that booking, it will let me know. To see those clients' future appointments quickly, I can double click in, click onto History, and when you see lime green appointments in service history, they represent future bookings. If a client wanted these printed out, we can go to the client card, go into service history, and we have a print future option down the bottom of the screen. So just in case anybody has any questions, you do have a Q&A box that you can fill in, and I will answer your questions maybe at the end of the session. We can go through them. So next appointment type I want to show you is how to do a group booking. So if you had 2 or 3 people coming in for a service together. So on Saturday, I've got 2 people coming in at 10 a.m. So we're going to double click on 10 a.m. So I've got Holly. And then to add a person, we're going to click on More, click on Group, and it will bring me a new appointment box called Person 2. Now, Lily is already doing Holly's appointment at 10 a.m. So I need to change the staff member for Person 2. You are able to drop and drag down this box, and in here you'll see I have Sophie available. So all I need to do is click on staff, click on Sophie, and now this appointment will go into Sophie's column. So we're then going to type in the name of the service that Person 2 would like, click Done, and now I have my group booking. I know this is a group booking because I have my link symbol. And I also have Person 2 with Holly Jones' name in brackets. So I know they're in together. When they arrive into the salon, I can then get Person 2's details. So the system actually calls a Person 2 on purpose. If you can imagine, if you were adding 5 or 6 people to a booking, it would be very time consuming for reception if they had to get the names and numbers of every single client. So what we can do is click on the X, type in the client's name, close. It recognizes that it's Tara and the two of them are coming in for a blow dry at 10 a.m. So really easy to do. So next I want to show you is how to edit an existing booking. So if I had a client today and I have Orla McAvoy and she would like to change that luxury pedicure to a hydrofacial. To do that, I'm going to double click on the appointment, click on the service itself she wishes to change, type in the new service, and it will update it for you. You can also update the duration of a treatment, you can update the price, and you can even change the starting time. And as you know, we can also change the staff member. So you can see Brian is free. It will move this over to Brian. Okay. So a lot of the time, clients will edit their appointments, but they'll also want to maybe move their appointment. So if Sarah here wants to move her appointment over to next week at the same time, I need to use my Clipboard tool. So to do this, click on the appointment once that you wish to move, click once on the clipboard and it will highlight. So when we see the clipboard highlighted, we know we have an appointment attached there. Now we can tell the system where we want to move it to. So we're going to go forward 1 week, click once on the time slot the client requests, click once on your clipboard and select move. So we can see it's moved that appointment from today to the following week. To remove this appointment from your clipboard, click on the blank space on your screen, click back on the clipboard, and make sure you click on the red X to remove it. You can also copy appointments over. So if Orla wanted this same appointment in 6 weeks' time, I can click on it once, click on the clipboard, go forward 6 weeks, click once on the time the client wants, click once on the clipboard, and this time we can make a copy of that appointment. Again, to remove this appointment from the clipboard, click on a blank space on your screen, click back on it, and then click on the X. And we'll see there it's made a copy of that appointment. Okay, so to check on a client's notes, we've got 2 options. So what we can do is double click on their appointment and we can see their service and colour notes from here and their client notes. Another way of viewing their notes is clicking on their appointment, clicking on notes down the bottom, and we have a bigger screen overview of it. So service and colour notes are everything to do with the service and colour that was carried out on that day. So in here I would write the products I used, what formulas I used for colour and so on. However, the client card notes will be things that the client requests when they come in. So how they like their tea, how they like their coffee, do they have a favourite nail colour, personal kind of notes about that client that help us build up a rapport with them. From this section, you can also view their service history, their product history, their credit history, and then the audit trail. Who booked in this appointment? What changes were made to this booking? To confirm an appointment, you can click on the appointment once, click on confirm, and you will get a green tick on this representing a confirmation. Now, when a client's reminders go out to them, they do have a confirmation link. When a client confirms their appointment through that link, you will see a green tick on these appointments. So if you don't see a green tick, that is the system flagging to you that the client hasn't confirmed. So it allows us to call that client, ask them are they going to show up, and then you can confirm them from here. To give a staff member a break, we're going to go to their column, click once on the time you want to give them the break at, click once on the break button, and from here you can allocate the minutes for that break. So if I want to give the staff member a 60-minute break, select 60, click save, and that's blocked out. To repeat a break to make sure a staff member has a break every day, we can click on the repeat button, mark in the days the staff member works, repeat it until maybe the following year, click save, and now I know they have a break in there every single day. Now I'm well aware we don't get our breaks all the time at the same time every day, so we can drag it down to wherever you need it, or if you needed to remove it for whatever reason, you can click on it once, click on remove, and we're just going to remove the one for today. You can also use the break button to block out time for a staff member to do a particular task for you. So for example, if from 6 until 9 I need Lily to cover reception, I can use the break button to block out that time. So we're going to click once on the time the task starts, click once on the break button, and I'm going to edit the label to say reception cover. To make sure the staff member is paid during this time, we can click on this box. If the time you need to allocate is over 60 minutes, we must choose the other minute option and write in the time in minutes. Click save, and that's blocked out. If you don't know the exact time in minutes, it's okay. We can get our 2 arrow symbol like so, and we can drag it down. And that's blocked out. To remove an appointment, so let's just say Emma called, she says, I'm so sorry, I know I was late, I actually want to cancel. We can click on the appointment once, click on remove, and it will give us an option to cancel or delete. Delete should only be used if you make a mistake. Remember, a cancellation will be recorded on the client card, how many times they've cancelled or not shown up, and it's a way of protecting your revenue. So when we click on cancellation, this is has a repeated appointment. She just wants to remove the one from today, and then we're going to write in a reason. I always recommend to write in how much notice the client gave you. So let's just say it was late notice and they were sick. Click OK. That appointment will be removed from your calendar, and that note will be logged on the client's card. So next we want to pay through a client, or we can check them in first. So Paula comes into the salon. We're going to click on her appointment once, click on check in, and that turns her appointment yellow. If Orla comes in as well, we can click on her appointment once, click on check in, and that turns yellow. So we know just by looking at the screen who is in the salon and who hasn't arrived yet. To pay through an appointment, we're going to click on the appointment once, click on pay, and it will then bring you to our purchase screen. So if a client has a tree card, you're able to scan their tree card and they will gain points from this transaction. So just note here, we have our steps 1, steps 2, and steps 3 again. So we can see the client is Sarah Baker. She had her appointment with Lily. And does she want to buy anything? So if the client would like to buy some products, we can scan in the barcode of the product and the product will appear on the purchase screen. So because I am a demo, I will have to manually select for products today. So we're going to click select. Always make sure your retail filter is applied because you will just be selling retail to clients. I'm going to select these 3 products. Click save, and they are in the purchase screen. Down the bottom, we have a payment button, and this is where you're telling the system what payment types is the client giving you to pay for their service today. So the client is going to give me this all in cash, so I can click on the blue cash button, click pay, and now this will turn green on my appointment screen because the client has successfully paid. Paula would now like to pay for her service. So again, click on her appointment once, click on pay down the bottom, and it will bring us to our appointment screen. It's our purchase screen. So we can see here that we're able to convert one of Paula's appointments into a course. So this is letting you know that there is a course attached to this particular service. So it's a great way of asking the client for that sale. So I can just ask Paula, you can get 6 sessions, 6 blow dries for $150. Would you like to go for that today? If she says yes, I can click on convert, and the system will recognize that she's just paying for those 6 blow dries. The one that she had today will come off the course, so she will now have 5 remaining. So the client is going to give me 2 types of payment to pay for this course and service today. So if the client is giving you 2 separate payment types, you must use your calculators and write in the quantities for each type. So the client is going to give me £50 in cash, and it works out the remaining amount for you so we don't have to do any maths. And I'm going to use my calculator and type in that 180, put it through my point of sale machine, click pay, and then it's paid through. If your client does not have a future appointment, you will see a rebook prompt appear. This is a fantastic way for the salon to build up their client retention and for the individual staff member to build up their client retention also. You should always ask a client if they want to rebook. When we click on Rebook Client, it will show you the staff member's roster that they just had the appointment with. So because Brian just did this service, it's just going to show me Brian's diary. So the client would like this appointment in 6 weeks' time on Saturday the 4th of April at 12 p.m. And when we double click on that time slot, it will simply rebook that client in for the service they just had done. And we know that if they wanted to make any changes to that, we can click on the service and we can update maybe the service that they want to have done the next time around. Remember, to get out of this screen, you need to click on day to bring us back to our day view, and then clicking on today will bring you back to your current day. So Orla here, she has a voucher that she'd like to use to pay for this particular service. So we're going to click on her name, click on pay, and we're going to select voucher from our payment types. If you have barcodes on your vouchers, you can scan them in. If you have a serial number, you can type in the serial number. In my case, I'll have to manually search for a voucher. So we can see here the remaining amount the client has left to pay is £70. Because there is already a payment type chosen, I need to use my calculator to put in the £70. So the client's going to give me this on their card, type it in, click OK, and we can pay that through. So the client already has a future booking, so they're already booked, so we can close this down. So a lot of the time, if we do get that prompt, the client has X amount of no-shows or X amount of cancellations, we may need to take a deposit to hold their booking. So to do this, we're going to click once, click on pay, and when we click on the cogwheel on the purchase screen, we get an option for deposit. So the client needs to give me £10 to hold this booking, pay it through. They're going to give it to me in cash. They're going to give me £20. The system will recognise they have £10 change to give them, and it lets me know in the middle of the screen as well. When a deposit is paid on a service, this has its own default colour. It will turn olive green, and I will have a dollar symbol on it as well to represent a deposit paid. When the client comes in for that booking, we can click on the appointment once, click on pay, and it lets me know straight away that that client has £10 on deposit. Another way of knowing a client has money on their account is to the left of your screen, we can see £10 on deposit. Because that deposit was paid directly off this service, the system already recognises that it's coming from the account today, and we just have the remaining amount to pay. So account and deposit are linked together. This is the payment type to use the money that's on here. So we're going to put in our remaining amount. The client's going to give me 15 cash. Change due is 30, and I can close that down. So if a client walks in off the street and they would like to maybe buy a voucher, we're going to go straight into the purchase screen. If that client doesn't want you to have any information about them on your system, we can put them through as a walk-in sale. This is the same as buying a voucher from any department store already. It's not under anyone's name. We just give it to whoever we want to give it to. All of my staff members that work in the salon appear on the purchase screen. You should always choose your own name if you are the one putting the sale through. So from here, we're going to select a voucher, and we've got 3 options. We always recommend you to pick the first option. New voucher, same client. Because this is in as a walk-in, the voucher is for a walk-in client. We have 3 options. We can scan in the barcode of the voucher, we can enter in the serial number, or you can click on the wand and it will generate a number for you to use. It's very important that if you are using the wand, you take a note of that number on the physical card you're giving to the client. So when it comes back into the salon, you know exactly how much is on there. So once we have our serial number in there, we're going to click next. And now we need to tell the system how much money the client wants to put on this voucher. So they want to put on £50, click OK, and now this serial number has £50 on it. The client is going to give me this all on their debit card, and then we can pay it through. Okay. So you can also put through products for a certain client if they walk in. It is best practice to get their name. So let's just say I have Sarah. Sophie's the one putting the sale through, and then we can select her products from here. You can also change the name of the staff member who is selling the products, and we can pay this through. The client's going to give me all of this on their debit card, and that's that sale complete. So we're now going to pay through Tara. Tara is already on a course, so the price is already set to 0. So you can simply just click pay, and it will close it down for you. It recognizes that it was already on the course. So next, I would like to show you how to process a refund. So for example, one of my clients who has had a sale, maybe she had like a blow dry or a service done today, and they're not too happy. If they would like a refund, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I'll use Orla McAvoy as my example. She had a hydrofacial, so she would like a refund. So I can go into the purchase screen, type in Orla's name, always try and refund the service through the name of whoever actually performed that service. So in this case, it was Brian, so I'm going to refund this service under Brian's name. Okay, so we're going to choose Brian. We're now going to find the service, so it was a hydrofacial. And when we click on the cogwheel, it gives you an option for a refund. The system then lets me know that they need to give £100 back to Orla. When we click pay, it will bring you to the payment types. However that client paid for that service is how you will refund them. So if they paid with card, you're going to refund them with a card. If they paid with cash, you're going to refund them with cash. So she paid with her debit card. So we're going to choose the debit card option, click pay, and that is your refund gone through. Okay. So the next part of the training session, I'd like to show you how to cash up. So how to end your day. At the end of your day, you should only ever see two colors on your screen. So grey representing your no-shows and green representing your paid appointments. It is important to keep your grey appointments there. The system will calculate for you how many times a client has not shown up for an appointment. There is also a report you can run to see how many no-shows or cancellations you're getting in a certain period of time. As well as that, there is an automated message that goes out to your clients who've not shown up for an appointment. And it's a tool to get that client booked back in. There is a rebooking link in there if you have online booking, and there is your contact number so they can call the salon and rebook that appointment. When we're ready to cash up, we're going to click into the manager screen and click in cash up. Down the bottom, we're going to run a transaction report. And this will give you an overview of all the sales that you've taken through on that day. What I really want is this last page. So this will show me what I should have in cash, credit, and debit, and all of the sales transactions that I've taken through. So you're able to print this out on an A4 sheet, or you can save it in one of the following formats. When we're ready, then we're going to click on Cash Up, and it will bring us to our Cash Up screen. So it brings you to an expected column and an actual column. Expected is what Phorest has calculated for you to have in each of your payment types, while actual is what you're going to count up from your physical cash and your point of sale machine read. So in your expected column, your float is included in this figure. So it's really important when you're counting that physical cash, you add in your closing float as well. So my float is £100. I always have £100 in my till. So my takings today are 236 plus my £100 float, which brings me up to 336. My debit card read I'll get from my point of sale machine, and when it turns green, it means that we're balanced. And I can write a note in here to say that I'm balanced. My closing float then is £100, and Phorest will calculate for me my cash to bank. So really easy. Now, if I did have a discrepancy, so let's just say I only have 265, I'm missing €1, I can write down what it might be. So I can say, we'll check tomorrow, might be a tip. Click save. It will let you know the figures do not balance, but it will still allow you to save it. This saves you hours of checking the cash, trying to find that discrepancy, and maybe being there for all hours after closing times. So you can save it as not balanced, print it on a receipt, or save it in one of the following formats, and then come in the next day and find that discrepancy. So I can go in again, and I'm actually able to edit this. If I do find that discrepancy, I can edit again. And you can just write in, found it was a tip under cash drawer. Okay, click save, and then that's saved. So you can update that as many times as you wish. So if you do have a discrepancy, don't panic, save it, and find it the next day. Okay, so that is it for our basic system training today. So just to do a bit of a recap on what we went through. We got around the system, we got clients booked in effectively, we made changes as you need, so you'll be able to edit your appointments now. You'll also be able to sell products and gift cards to a client, and you'll be able to close up the system at the end of the day. Yeah, you absolutely can. So what I've done is I've recorded the session so I can send this on to you afterwards. So you can rerun this with staff. Another thing that you can do, we have Phorest Academy. So Phorest Academy is an online learning tool for your staff. They can take modules of the system, really broken down, and they can do it in their own time. So there is an app that they can download, or they can do it through their own system. So I'll show you what this looks like. When we click into Manager, we then have a training tab. And when you click in here, we have Phorest Academy. So once the staff member is logged in with their PINs, when they click into the Academy, they will then be able to see modules that they can undergo. So if it was the Get Started that you wanted, which is this module, the Go Live, they can see the landscape of the screen. It's broken down into booking appointments, editing appointments, processing payments, and then they have a percentage. It goes up to 100% when it's complete, and then they complete the full module then in their own time. So each section it's not too long. It's about 5 to 10 minutes each. So really, really great way and a great tool of getting your staff members interacting with the system without taking up too much time in their day as well. So I hope that answers your question. Look forward to having you on these webinars again. Definitely get on to Phorest Academy and get that set up. And I wish you all the best and I hope you have a great week. Thank you. Take care.